Sorry. Good morning. Welcome back to another 29 season, which for me starts with the trail. I'm here in beautiful Park City at the Grand Summit Hotel, and I'm just creeping around at 7:30 in the morning trying to see the start area and, I don't know, get my bearings. But I'm real excited. If you're not familiar, 29 Everesting is a company that does endurance challenges that are hiking based mostly, vertical ascent challenges where you try to go up 29,000 feet in a 36-hour window. That's their mountain events. Last year they added in their trail events, which is completely different. It's 3 days of 3 mountain marathons. So slightly more than a marathon apparently is what we're qualifying as a mountain marathon. It's all good. In the mountains somewhere. So last year I did it. It was the inaugural one, the first edition in Tahoe, Lake Tahoe. Gorgeous. Swore I wasn't going to do it again. And then they announced it was going to be in Park City, one of my favorite places on earth, as you know. And so here we are. I signed up again. Surprise, surprise. I know you're all shocked. Anyway, it kicks off tomorrow, but today is registration, check-in, all that jazz. And yeah, let's go take a peek. So I came in last night and I did get my room already. I will give you a room tour at some point. Don't let me forget. But I always like to take a peek around when I can. I can tell already this is going to be some of the staging area. I don't know if it's going to be gear check. No, we don't do gear check at this event. That's right. But I see an apparel tent and some flags. So let's go over there and take a look. Well, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Look at the board. Should we go look at it? So we'll start and finish from here. They'll have, nutrition, hydration, first aid, help with things. I'm so good at narrating. Is this what I do for a living? I guess so. Oh, here we go. Look. There she is. And I'm one of, I think they said 30 something that came back for, to torture ourselves a second time. Number 236. I guess we are doing, they made it seem like we weren't going to do the leather things again, but it looks like we are. How exciting. Anyway, this looks like the finish chutes. I don't know if the start line is in a slightly different place every day or not, but we'll find out. This is a familiar spot. Get a croissant and a matcha. Sound good? I got a banana matcha, something I've never had before. It's delightful. It kind of tastes like a banana smoothie / matcha. And then I'm not hungry right now because I had my little, I had my protein yogurt breakfast, but I got a scone for later. And that's it. I was only going to go to the car to get my pillow because the room's very nice and the bedding's very nice, but most hotel pillows, I'm like, this is not going to work. They're down and they're so flat and it just kills my neck. So the good thing about having my car, have my own pillow. But you know what the saddest thing is? You always think like, oh, am I going to forget something, especially for these trips that are events that you need certain gear. Well, I knew I wasn't going to forget any gear because basically all my gear is in the car. I did bring a carry-on from home because I wanted to bring my Normatec compression boots, and I think you have to carry those on the plane. But anyway, I didn't really have anything else to bring other than my normal journals and Kindle and all those things. But I was like, okay, I'm good. I won't forget anything because I have all my toiletries, all my gear, all my stuff in the car, and I had already packed and organized it at the end of my last trip, so it was in the bag ready to go. Well, I'm getting in bed last night and turn off the light and turn over on my side and reach for Pillow Bear. Now, if you know, Pillow Bear's been with me since the start of my travel journey and comes with me on every trip. And it's like a bear-shaped pillow that I use. I'm a side sleeper, so I use it to rest my arm on when I'm on my side so my shoulders don't dip and it keeps me more aligned. But also, he's a friend, Pillow Bear the friend. I forgot Pillow Bear at home. I didn't bring my backpack, and I'm so used to my routine where usually I'm only carrying on the plane when I come out to my car is my backpack, is putting Pillow Bear on top of my journals in the back part of my bag. You guys, I was so distraught that I went onto the Jellycat website and I ordered unnecessary things for myself. Not to have here, but because I was distraught, I missed my bear. Just a little retail therapy. It's all right. Anyway, I was just going to come down to the car to get my pillow, and I was like, I might as well go out and get a matcha. So I'm going to head back now. I don't really have plans to like be in Park City or anything today. This trip is not about, I mean, you guys know I've spent time here this year already. So this trip is about the event. And I came early because I just wanted to feel, well, honestly, I came early because it just made sense for me to come Tuesday with the flights. So I wouldn't be running into, like, I didn't want to be rushed when I got here. I like to get in the night before an event starts, and it technically, you know, the actual event starts tomorrow, but all the schmoozing and stuff is today. And I just wanted to be settled. So especially when it's a social thing like this, I need time to like calm the girl. So she's pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite nervous, but we'll talk more about that later. Let's go back with our banana matcha and our scone and bring our pillow up. And I think I might like go find a place outside to just sit and read. I don't know. I have a long time. So we'll see. I have you up on the fridge. You're real high up there. Okay, not only did we get matcha and a scone and bring in the pillow, but I have this little guy who lives in my car. Do you remember this guy from Leadville? A couple years ago, 2023. He just stays in the car. He's not quite the same as Pillow Bear. He doesn't have the same firmness or size. But at least I'm not alone in the room. And then, well, before that, I stopped at the market, which is just like a grocery store here in Park City. It's actually right next to Five Seats, which I plan on going to on Sunday on my way out of town. I don't want to be done by Friday. The event goes through Saturday. Anyway, I got a couple of things to have for my breakfast, for a little extra carbs, and for my pack. I have been prepping a little bit. Oh, this is a good time to give you a room tour. Let's insert room tour here, and then I'll show you. Well, I'll just show you the prep later, actually, because I'll do the full prep later. But yeah, let's do the room tour. I'm gonna grab my book and my matcha and go sit outside somewhere, I guess, for the next, I don't know, 3-5 hours. All right, I am in room 232 at the Grand Summit Hotel here in Park City. This is a studio. So I'm taking the bathroom first because it's right here. Nice, pretty standard looking bathroom. We do have a tub. I think it's just gonna be too hot to take a bath, to be quite frank. And then there's a closet with some robes and some space. But then look, I have a whole freaking kitchen, like an oven. It's like Disney. It's like the villas for DVC, if you're familiar. I did go to the grocery store. I didn't get anything that exciting. It's mainly, these were already in my car. Because you know what, everybody needs Cheez-Its. But I brought in my water. And I bought this coconut water because I am sapped of all hydration. And I just got a little sushi for a snack and a whole bunch of breakfast, my breakfast. I brought my protein powder from home, and I have Greek yogurt and blueberries because the rest of the meals, I mean, all the meals are provided, but I want to be able to have the breakfast that I know I digest the best. Anyway, I've got a whole table and everything. And then the room, pretty roomy, not to be redundant. There's a mirror, big king bed. I did have to, because I came in a night early, I did have to book a separate reservation for this, but they say it looks like I won't have to move. They can't guarantee that I won't have to change rooms tomorrow, but I'm going to hope I don't and unpack fully. Anyway, I have a beautiful view of the golf course and the back road. I wish I could see some of the 29 stuff. I'm going to look at that tomorrow. I'm filming this Tuesday. I'm going to start my video officially tomorrow, so this is a little bit back in time. But yeah, really nice room, enough spots for me to roll out my yoga mat and a refrigerator, which is all I really wanted. And I'm happy about it. All right, they're just still setting up in there. I did snoop around a little bit. And here's the front of the hotel. if you wanted to take a look at it. It's really lovely. Very nice. Okay, y'all, time has passed. I am so fortunate. One of my Patreon community members, who I call Wanderers, is here at the event this week, and we met up and had a nice lunch together. It was so nice getting to meet and spend time with her in person. So if you're watching this, Christina, thank you so much for spending time with me. We're gonna meet up again to hang out before the event launches in like an hour or so. But had a nice lunch at the place here. I think it's called the Red Tail Grill. I had fish tacos and a Caesar salad. I'm trying to really eat well today. So, by the way, I did eat the scone as like a mid-morning snack from Harvest, and it was nice. I only really like scones if they're on the moist side. I know some people don't like that word. So, I've checked into the event. Here's my little event goodie. See, I've got my, what's it called? Wrist tag. I'm bib 236. And so I have name tags. I'll have to leave one out actually for the event tonight. And they give you luggage tags, although you don't really need them because there's no gear drop like there is on Mountain, because you don't come back until the end of the day. And then new bib, pole stickers for my poles. I did buy a few things at the store. Oh, also at check-in, I was counting on this. I was like, gosh, I hope. The one thing I didn't bring was like any anti-chafing ointment. I have some in the car, but it's not the best, and this is the best stuff, the Salty Britches stuff for my feet. I will be slathering my feet in this. They had a whole bunch of these at check-in, so I grabbed a whole bunch. I didn't buy much this time. I bought another pin, although it's the same as the pin last year. It doesn't say the name of the mountain or anything. I'm thinking like maybe I can somehow write it in. I have the same pin from last year. It just says trail. And then you know she got some stickers. She sure did. So that's my little haul. It's not that exciting. But I will show you the swag bag. So let's see what we've got. First of all, there's a note from Mark, as there always is. And he always has nice things to say. He also started this last year, sending personalized videos via text to each participant. Like personalized with your name and like how many events you've done. Like, that's next level. AG is one of their big sponsors, so they sent a package of, I have so many of these, I've actually donated most of them, a package of their travel packs. I actually use this stuff. I'm not trying to sell it to you like most people on the internet are. I've been using it for 3.5 years, and I really like it. They reformulated. I like the formula. These are 5 little individual packs. I actually packed them and brought them with me. I wasn't sure if they would have them in the swag bags as they have before, or I wouldn't have bought them. Ooh, another Salty Britches. Can't have too much of that. Cannot have too much of that. All right, we've got bib. We've got, oh, look at that. I think that's a special designation for having done it before. So that's exciting. So we've got, where these, that you switch out to a different bib on the last day if you like finish the full marathon for the other 2 days, if it's anything like last time. But that's the bib. We'll be rocking that. Oh, they gave a hat this time. There was a slight uproar that there was no hat last time. It's, again, y'all, I was just telling Christina, who I met today, how I just look like a bobblehead in these hats. I'm just not meant to wear this style hat. Doesn't it look like comically too big on my head? It does. It's okay. It's okay. It's one of those like short brim hats too. It looks extra stupid on me. We won't hold it against them. It's fine. Oh, there's a chapstick and some earplugs. I don't know why that was so hard to think of. And then, oh, there's a lot of stuff in here this time. Okay, hold on. There's lots of things. There's, what's Freaks of Nature? Oh, this is SPF. Oh, tiny little SPF packets. How cute. This is the GPS that goes in the bag so they can track you and you can track me. Obviously, this video will go up after the fact, but I usually post on my Instagram if there's a way to track me, how you can. We have a shirt. Here is the Trail Park City shirt. Very nice. It's like an athletic blend. I don't know. And then a sweatshirt. I decided, I usually get a medium and everything. I was like, I'm getting a large sweatshirt because I want it to be big and baggy. I have so many 29 to 29 sweatshirts now. It's like, I need this one to be bigger. Nice big old sweatshirt. I was hoping it would say second edition on the sleeve because the one last year said first edition, but it doesn't. That's okay. Trail. It's just a nice big white hoodie that says Trail on it. It does look nice and big, doesn't it? It's a big one. All right, you guys, that's everything in the swag bag. Lots of extra little goodies with the samples and things, which is nice. And I'm just going to read a little bit more and then go meet Christina, and we're going to hang out in the room where we're going to have the event and all the things, and it's getting real now. But I will, before I go to bed tonight, I will show you how I've got everything set up for tomorrow. Look rare and ready to go. I just can't believe how dumb I look at this. Screenshot that for posterity. It's just not a good look for me. It's okay. Well, I can't sit still. So I went ahead and got organized for tomorrow. Ooh, I didn't pick which sunnies. I think I'm gonna go with blue sunnies tomorrow. So yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so here's what I've got laid out. Of course, I've got bib ready to go. I've got my poles, which I don't know if I'll start with or not. I'm pretty sure it's pretty high. I mean, we're going uphill right out the gate, so I'll probably start with them. Not planning on running uphill, so poles will come in handy. I've got my vest. I'll link all the pertinent things if you're curious. I have my mandatory gear, which I'm going to tuck into a Ziploc bag, shell, gloves, thing to cover my ears. These are gloves in case it gets super hot and sunny that I can dunk in ice water, and then they like arm covers that go all the way up your arm. That's not mandatory, but little light for the trail, and then some foot care on the trail things in case I need them, or if I just need chafing ointment anywhere else. So I've got KT tape that I've cut to different sizes, Connect tape, and then the other kind of tape, which I cannot remember the name of right now, but I use it on my heels and it's great for that area. The back of my heels, I should say. Room key, obviously, so I can get back in. The thing to, track us with. I don't know if I'm going to bring my backup battery or not. I might bring it tomorrow and then we'll see if I need it the other days. I didn't tend to use my phone enough. I wasn't tracking on my phone, which sucks up the battery. I was just tracking on my watch, so I don't know. Little face sunscreen. I'm going to use the body sunscreen they have at the aid stations, and then lip with SPF. My road ID, which is also mandatory, but that's going to be on my body. And then I've got my outfit already picked out for tomorrow, ready to go. I will start, with the bandit style bandana, sunglasses, and then I think I'm probably just gonna, I don't know if I'll start with this hat on and bring this with me, or I'm trying to carry less. Just wear this hat the whole time. I look like a goof in it, but who cares what you look like during an endurance event. But this one carried me through trail last year, so it has some good juju with it. But it's also like, I feel like I'm gonna be wearing this mostly. But yeah, and then I've gone ahead and gotten my shoe sock situation ready. I'm not planning on taping my feet tomorrow. Hopefully that's a good decision. I am going to lube them up with the Salty Britches and put this on my heels as I've been doing all season. So I've got my Injinji toe socks there. And then this I'll probably do in the morning. I've already organized. I'm not bringing a whole lot of fuel. I am bringing my own hydration, but there will be water refills obviously at the aid stations, so I'm only carrying 1 liter altogether, 2 half-liter bottles. One I will have started out with some element in it. I'll bring 1 extra element in case I need to read, if it ends up being 12-hour days, I'm going to need more than 1 element, especially with considering how hot it is. And then I have some of my own nutrition that I know and love. I am planning on using the on-course nutrition as well. And then my emergency bonking nerd clusters. So this will all go in this bag, except for the things I stuff in my pockets that I want immediately, which will also include my apple sauces. These are just to get me going. especially between longer aid station places. So I've already frozen them nice and frozen for tomorrow, and then I've been stockpiling ice just to have in case I need it when I get back. Hopefully I don't, but also to fill the bottles with, so they start out more cold too, because I learned my lesson not to freeze the bottle because it doesn't thaw fast enough for when I need it. But yeah, I think I feel good about this. Oh, it's getting real. It's getting real, folks. This is one of the recovery. They have a recovery tent outside and then one inside. I don't want to show people's faces, but they've got like places to tape and stuff. We've got a little smoothie bar. Ooh, the chocolate one has protein powder in it. And then there's some fruit and massive cookies. Yum. And here's where we will all be at 4 o'clock for all of the things, all the info and the schmoozing and the whatnots. We'll have dinner here too. Okay, and then the main recovery lounge is in this tent right by the start-finish line, and they'll have all of the therapists here. They've got the Normatec boots. Oh, there's people in them. I'm filming the people and they're in them. They've got stretching area, place to roll out, the hyperice, percussion therapy things. Very nice. Wow, that looks like an intense foam roller. But yeah. Right, you got all your AG1 and feminine care. And there you go.
So excited to be here. I'm not usually a podium stander, but look how beautiful this podium is, right? We had to use it. It looked so good. So we'll wander around up here, but I am so excited to be with you here in Park City. I'm from Utah, for those of you who don't know. You are gonna leave here a better version of yourself, knowing so much more about you, because that is truly what 29029 is all about. So, what are we doing with trail? How is it different? It looks a little bit different. Hopefully you felt that it looks a little bit different. Your swag looks a little bit different. Some of the colors are a little bit different. I'm gonna have Matt Burrell come up and help me. That you got to check in today was a white bib. A little bit different than a mountain bib, but if you've never been to 29029, maybe you've seen this on some of our recap videos. We wear these bibs. At trail, a little bit different, and it still will have a name on the front. We'll have your bib number on it, and then if we switch to the back side, instead of 7 summits, you're seeing the different days broken down, and you can see half and full day, full being the marathon. If you complete day 1, full marathon, day 2, full marathon. At the finish line of day 2, we're gonna bestow for you. We have a lot of B's we're gonna go through, but this is the beginning, is the gold bib. Coach for the mountain, we've got Coach Joe, Coach Jen, and Coach Emily all with us. So these guys are gonna be wearing the white and green bibs.
We have a blister room. Are you guys ready for a blister room? For those of you who are new to this event, the fact that you heard blister room already makes this really special. Who in here is nervous, uncertain? I'm not. Yeah. Well, that's sort of how it should be. And before I break into the trail, keep in mind that fear and confidence are 2 emotions that look into an uncertain future, right? And so from that, we can choose to be fearful, negative, worry about tomorrow, or we can be confident. Same exact uncertain future we're looking into. So on that note, let's dive a little bit into this course. So tomorrow, as many of you have noticed from the months of listening to coach calls,
while you're up there, and it'll be quite important, you'll hear this obviously from Coach Emily as well, stay on the electrolytes, stay on the fluids up there. It's super dry at 9,000 feet, so you also want to keep it, you're not going to notice your sweat the same way.
Quickly, we're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to give you some tips for recovery while you're doing trail. Then we're going to talk about the recovery room, what's available, some suggested ideas and flows for your recovery. And at the end, we're going to talk about little quick tips for sleep, because sleep is our #1 recovery source, right? All right, I'm Trish, Coach Trish from, I do a lot of the breath work stuff with you guys. This is my 8th season.
Right, so your day 2 starts when you end day 1. Right, so that is really important period of time. So I highly recommend that you kind of come off the mountain, you get some food, get some water, get some things in you, then go back to your room. When you get back to your room, you can shower, and I really encourage you to reorganize your bag. Everything is going to be fresh in your mind from what happened that day. Whether you had enough, whether you didn't have enough, whether you carried too much, whether your bag was too heavy, whatever it is, it's all going to be fresh in your mind.
Out of 29 on 29, he plays a very large role in the Kyle Peace Foundation, where he is the executive director, and they raise funds and they raise awareness for inclusion in the workplace, in sports, in general life. And he has been able to do that because of his brother Kyle Peace. And it's not often that 29 on 29 we get to have them both together. They're both world champion triathletes. They're a brother duo. They were the first brother duo ever to finish the Kona World Championship Ironman in Hawaii. They returned last year, setting records, world's best times of doing it. They're endurance athletes, both of them, and inclusion is their message. And there's no better community for them to speak to than you. 29 on 29 is about inclusion. We want people to be the best versions of themselves. So please give a very warm welcome to some of my great, great friends, Brent and Kyle Peace.
So when we first started doing this, when Kyle and I first started speaking, I used to get really nervous. And so we would have a podium so my legs could shake behind the podium. And then Kyle and I tried this shtick where I would stand on one side of the stage and he would be on the other. And we thought it was like this call and response thing. And Kyle would say his words and then I'd be on the other side and I'd say mine. And we had a friend come, he's like, it's the most distracting thing I've ever seen.
I can tell you, my why is right here to my left. My why is this room right here. I have never done a 29-0-29. I don't think I ever would do a 29. But if I were to do it, you know what the day it will be? It will be trail. You know why? Because nobody expects the possible.
Hello, and welcome back to Where Can I Stick My Camera at Awkward Angles for you. I'm just going ahead and packing up my pack. I just came back from dinner and all the things. I filmed little bits for you, of course, as I said in all the events that I film and share with you. I try not to, well, let's just say I try to leave some of it for the participants only, but to give it, you know, just to give it like a little taste of what we get up to around here. But yeah, it was a fun evening. I got to spend a lot of time with my new pal Christina and saw some old friendly faces from past events, and even from the Black Bib event in March, I saw some familiar faces, so it was really nice to see people again. And now I'm just packing up. I'm gonna do, these things are going in my pack. I'm gonna do like the actual electrolytes and water in the morning, so that doesn't need to be done, but we'll get into it. I think this is gonna be my confessional chair. I just have a feeling. It's real pretty out right now. It was a good night. I feel a lot calmer. I am going to try to have lights out by like 9-ish. That gives me an hour and a half to just like decompress, finish getting my stuff ready, maybe do a little stretching, and because I want to wake up with enough time to eat and not feel like I have to rush, but still be outside early for the warm-up and the breathing and all the things that they do a little bit early. But yeah, I'm excited. It's been fun, and it was a lot of, you know, wonderful motivation listening to the speakers. I snagged some small clips for you, and I'm sorry I didn't have the best vantage point to show you, but it was really some beautiful stories and some awesome motivating words, and Well, here we go. My whole strategy for tomorrow is run less than I did on day 1 of trail last year. And I think that will be easier to accomplish because the first, I don't know how many, it's at least 4 miles. I think it's more than that. I think they're just not telling us that you keep going uphill after the first aid station, but it's uphill. And I know I'm gonna be walking that, and I'm gonna be taking it very slow because I don't want to gas out on the first ascent. And that's my whole plan. And I'm realizing the air conditioner might be really loud and annoying, so I'm sorry about that. I am gonna show you outside before I say goodnight, but here we go. As per usual, I'll do my best to film what I can for you, but I am participating in a particularly challenging event, and there's only so much a girl can film. But I'll definitely come back and recap with you, if nothing else. I know I will have some clips for you of the day on the trail, and we'll see what we see. Ready or not, here we go. But yeah, that's the view out the window. Very nice. Good morning. It's, I don't think you can see that. It's bright. It's 4:39 a.m. I'm up. I'm having breakfast. They do provide breakfast, but I just want to eat my own thing that I'm used to. And I slept like 6.5 solid hours according to my watch, so we're gonna take that as a win. And we're gonna get this party started. Giddy up. Okay, it's not easy to see because it's a little dark. I'm in the cave here, but here's the fit. I got my 29 shorts and my bib and all the things, and I decided to go with the practical fun hat. We're gonna call it the fun hat. And I taped up my feet. I lubed up my feet real good. You know what? I'm gonna throw some right under my packed, like my armpit too. I just thought of that before I head out, but I'm heading out now. It's 5:39. Let's go get it.
So I want you to inhale in the nose and hum on the exhale.
Look at the people around you, feel their energy. We're gonna go here in 15 seconds. Get your last selfie, get your pose in. One nice deep breath. Let it out. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Great day today. Be grateful, take some pictures. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Have so much fun. So much fun.
A bit over 1 mile. So good. So far, so good. $5K, 1 hour. Pretty. And up we go. More up. And day 1. Nice work, nice work. Still going up. Why else would I wear this silly hat? Hey, not maybe. It's going okay. Shuffled very little. I've mainly just been hiking. We've just crossed the 10K line. So 6.2 miles, 29,000 feet of elevation gain. And we're at 9,650 feet altogether. And I'm not sure, but I think we don't climb higher than this. There'll be dips and there's still at least a couple thousand, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 more feet of overall ascent, but I don't know if we get any higher than this. We're kind of on the ridge. Crest line? I don't know what to call it. Anyway, so far so good. I could run a little, I guess. I've just been trying to keep it low key today because you gotta think long term with these things. And by long term, I mean like tomorrow and the next day. So yeah, like those mountains. Pretty, pretty. Look at this. It's idyllic. The unlawful people are here. Yes, we're at A2. Hey, you can see A3 right there. Just tapped off my water. I've been eating mostly my own snacks. Of course, I had the unlawful. You know we had the unlawful. And that was the mile 16 marker. So that was the third aid station. The next one's in 4.5 miles. And then I think that's the last one. I really don't know. This will be past 20 miles, but anyway, doing really great. This is really awkward. Like apparently I can't film with this hand. Alright, that's better. I was just showing Instagram, but for the video, I really haven't been running, like pretty much at all. And that wasn't my plan. I didn't really have a plan. I was just like, let's do what feels good. But the first 6 miles were pretty uphill. 3,000 feet and change, the elevation gain in 6 miles. I don't know, feels like a lot to me. Sorry about the wind in my head. Now it's a lot. Anyway, I've been moving at a good clip without running, and I just feel good. So I got like 10 more and change. It's never quite what they say it is. And we'll see how it goes. Look, we're closing in on aid station 4. Very nice, very nice. So we're going down now a little bit, but there was a solid mile of uphill, and it was not nice. It was not nice. I will say my feet don't mind going uphill as much as they mind going downhill, but the rest of me prefers this. I don't know. Quads are a little tired, but it's the cardiovascular. We're almost there to this at least. And then there should be a mile 20 marker somewhere around here. One would think. I've got 20.27 on my watch. It's been a little behind, like a third of a mile behind. So we shall see, we shall see. I kind of want to jump in this reservoir. It looks so refreshing. Whew. That's all I got. But this is pretty pretty. It is hot, hot, hot. Just leaving 8-4, 25 miles on my watch, but it's about a half mile off of the markers now. So 24.5. So we got like 2 miles to go, I think. Give or take. Who knows? People at 8-4 were very, very friendly. And I was like, she was like, have a little shot of Coke. I mean, like Coca-Cola. And I was like, oh, I'm saving it for my finish line. She's like, no, have some now. I was like, okay. She took care of me. It was delicious. Anyway, we're getting there, guys. No running. This is the way to go. You can see it. You can hear them. I can taste it. We are very close. 26.4 on my watch is probably just shy of 26. I'm expecting to see 26 mile marker in, I don't know, quarter mile maybe. But we're getting real close. I have almost bit the dust like 18 times in the last 10 minutes because I'm just excited and I want to be done. But caught myself so far. Woo! Oh. Woo! Hey, we did it. We banged it down. We're gonna brand a thing. Hi. Yes, I remember that.
Go down. We're gonna be doing. Oh, you're on the now. There you go.
Did I make it?
Yes, you're on.
Is that good?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Look up at me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. There she is.
You're gonna do one more.
You're gonna be doing 2.
Oh, okay.
Ready to finish this day.
Jen, look up.
7. Perfect.
It's so good to see you. And guess what? This is day 1. The party just gets better.
Yay!
Come on.
Really? Oh, were they harder to push in? Making you work extra. Woo! Look, I found the smoothie bar. Got my Coke and I'm gonna get a smoothie. And I got to meet Nate and Dusty from Kara and Nate on YouTube. I'll link them. Like, that's the reason I did 29 or 29 4 years ago. I was watching it. Didn't do it. So, full circle moment. Okay, I'm sitting in my little, I don't know, confessional spot. Here's the stats. 5,675 feet of overall ascent. 26.99 miles in 9 hours and essentially 15 minutes. All right. I'm going to talk to you. I've got some celebratory beverages. This is a smoothie, and this is the only time I drink Coke is at one of these events. So let's chat. You're also getting my fresh off the trail look. I actually thought I would look like a hotter mess than this. So I don't know if that's saying something or not, but I do feel like just I'm a little salty. I could tell I was a little more dehydrated than I wanted to be on the trail, so I'm gonna have to do a really good job catching up. It's, I don't know what time it is because my watch will tell me. It's 3:40 now. I've been in the room for about 15 minutes. I spent, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. I spent 15 minutes just doing all the bang the drum and brand the thing and bash the, I don't know, I did all those things. And really nice people filmed them for me, so I have that footage for you. Wow, my legs are dirty. I just looked at them for the first time. And yeah, I got to meet Nate and Dusty, so that was so fun. Because they Dusty wasn't in that video, but Kara and Nate from that channel, and like I said, I will, I don't know if you could hear me with all the noise and stuff outside. I will link their channel for you. I've been watching them for years. I love their videos. But they did 29 on 29 Stratton, Vermont, back in 2021. I think it was like right when I came back from the pandemic closures. And I saw their video and I ended up signing up for the next year after seeing their video because I was so inspired. I was like, that's right up my alley. And then I've done 3 of them so far now, and this is my second trail, and the mountains, and then trails twice, and another mountain signed up for in fall. I'm doing Aspen in fall, and it's because I watched their videos. That, like I said outside, again, I don't know if you could hear me, but that felt like a full circle moment, like for real. And just a beautiful thing. So yeah, today went really well. I think I just filmed something for Instagram. I get confused on what I film for where sometimes. Excuse me. I was not outside for 9.5 hours almost. But yeah, I really didn't run. I thought, like, going into this event, I would have said a month ago, before I started feeling kind of weird and like tired all the time for the last 4 weeks, I would have said my plan generally going in was probably to aim to run about 20% and hike the rest. And I think I ran like maybe 1%, and I hiked the rest today. And that just felt really good. I kept up a really good mile per hour pace, which was nice. I mean, I was done at 3:15, so that feels like a win. The hills, were hilly. I knew the first 6 miles was going to be a climb. I was mentally prepared for that. That's why I hiked Timpanogos the last time I was here a couple weeks ago, because I thought that ascent, if you take the Timpanogos Trail on that side of the mountain, 6 miles up, to get to Emerald Lake, basically, 3,500 feet elevation gain, and I thought it would be similar, and it ended up being very similar in elevation gain, not in terms of like the trail type or anything. I mean, I wasn't crossing waterfalls today, but that was a good decision. So I had that in mind, and then the rest of the trail, aside from this one part in like between miles 18 and 19, or 18 and a half and then 19 and a half, there was this 1 mile stretch that was really steep, like really steep. I had to pause like every, 30 yards or something, just to like, that was the steep part, and that was the part that I wasn't like quite mentally prepared for, but we made it through. Anyway, I didn't feel like running, so I decided not to. There were plenty of places I could have, especially in the second half, and I just decided that didn't seem like the thing to do. When I did shuffle earlier, like I think around mile 7, 8, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it felt like the thing I wanted to do, and my feet were okay with it. And then later it was just like, let's just keep hiking. So I don't know, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with how today went. I had some nice chats on the trail, which was nice. And the finish line is always so fun. There's nothing like that feeling. I love that feeling. And my celebratory Coke's the only time I really drink Coke is at these events. I think I already said that here. Yeah, I'm getting confused. But so what's on the docket now? I have I'm probably gonna go down to dinner in a couple of hours. I'm gonna give myself time. I'm gonna take a nice thorough shower because homegirl's legs are so dirty. I haven't looked at my feet yet either. I gotta see what the blister situation is. I don't plan on going to the recovery business. That's like a really big part of this, but that's why I bring my own Normatec boots. Honestly, unless I need something addressed by like a professional, and they do have professionals on staff that are here to help. Like last year I went to get my ankle taped because I had rolled over it when I fell on day 1 last year. I didn't fall today. I almost did a couple of times, and I caught myself stubbing my gosh darn big toe, luckily on the left foot, not the right foot, which is my really bad foot, probably half a dozen times. So I do have to look at my feet at some point. But I brought my Normatec boots from home, and I plan, sorry, the air conditioning just kicked on, to sit in that bed with the boots on after I've showered and like changed off and just read until dinner time. I think they're starting to serve dinner as early as 4, but I'm just gonna let myself decompress first because I want to go down closer to 6:30 when they're doing they're gonna do like a, I don't know, like a trail overview of tomorrow, and I would like to see that so I can prepare mentally a little bit. But yeah, that's the whole plan, Stan, and I'm a happy girl. I feel very proud of myself. So, yay for day 1. Now the hard part is that we gotta do this again 2 more times. So yeah, giddy up.
All right, so tomorrow, I was actually just speaking to somebody and they were saying more runnable tomorrow. Yeah, well, maybe. A little bit less elevation gain. We will go back up on the crest briefly. That will be our high point, or just about 9,000 feet. You see it right up there at the top, a little bit before, above the half marathon there, where it's even higher up on the course. That's the crest trail.
Hello, and welcome to the wonderful lighting of this bathroom. Hi. I just got back from dinner at 6:45. Dinner and a briefing about the trail tomorrow. Honestly, they keep telling us that day 1 was the hardest. I'm not sure about that. Just looking at the trail profile, and like 12 miles uphill to start. It's like slightly less of a grade, but not much. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just prepping for tomorrow. So today I taped my heels as I have been doing this whole season of training, which has worked out great. And then I used the same sort of tape. It's called coverall, I think. Anyway, on the pads of my feet where I tend to get really painful blisters when I do long haul, like marathon distance and higher treks and runs for that matter, like Run Disney. I always get that hot spot under my not the big toe, but the second and third toe. Anyway, so I taped it just with this today and it kind of fell off. So I think it did keep me from getting a blister, but I can feel it. It's tender, it's hot, and I don't want to have blisters for day 3 if I can at all avoid it. It seems a little bit inevitable, but I'm hoping to avoid it. Anyway, I'm just gonna try KT tape tomorrow because it moves better with you. This is like the kinetic tape. And I'm hoping that means it stays on my foot better. So I'm just gonna kind of shape it tonight and cut it down, and I'm probably gonna wrap a couple of my toes that are feeling kind of bruisey at the nail. So I'm gonna finish doing that, get my bag packed for tomorrow, and then I'm going to get in bed. No, I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna do a quick stretch, then get in bed, and with the boots one more time, and go to bed. as early as possible. But yeah, that was fun. I had a nice dinner. I think I inserted some stuff for you. I just took a little clip. It was like a rice bowl night, and I went for the chicken. It was nice. And the cupcake was surprisingly good. So good, in fact, that I brought another one back with me. The little cupcake, so it's okay. We only hiked 27 miles today, so I think we earned the cupcakes. But yeah, sat with some really nice folks at dinner, and I'm sleepy, so I think I will hopefully sleep well tonight. But yeah, rinse, repeat tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning. Look at that. Morning. There for day 2. My body feels fine, but I don't feel that good. Like, barfy, a little barfy. But here we go. What could go wrong? I forgot to look at the board yesterday. It filled up quite a bit. It looks like a lot of people finished day 1, so that's exciting. We're getting ready to go. We're filling up in the chute.
We sort of got to get over the hump. We come with our lunch pail today. Today's the work. You're tired. You're a little fatigued. Maybe a lot fatigued. But the only way to get to tomorrow is through today. That sort of applies in every aspect of our lives. So today, as you're facing that discomfort, as you're facing that adversity, as you're facing those questions, remember what you signed up for. You knew this day was going to be hard, right? So let's be ready.
Just past the 5K mark. It's a nice view. Been mostly single track, so it's moderated pace, which is nice. I'm not cooking it, and it's a beautiful morning. A little more sun this morning, but still breezy and comfortable for now. In like 6 hours, I'll be singing a different song. All right, we're at 8-1.
Guys, you got about 6 miles
Hallman's here.
station to top everything off.
Yay!
Hi, nice to see you this morning. Lee, you're looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Oh my gosh!
Feeling great. Troy is always
All
ready to
right.
go.
Here we
Good to
are.
see you, Mark.
It's not the jump. Is that the luge? Is that what that's called? Luge? Am I making that word up? Who knows? Pretty cool though. Here at A2, you know what that means. The waffles of awesomeness. And what, like 10.5 miles down? Just crossed their mile marker 17, which I had 17.6 here in my watch. Anyway, I forgot to check in at the last aid station. Things are going well. Definitely going a little slower today, which is to be expected. At least I expect it. You know, tired legs, tired body, thirsty. So thirsty. But anyway, I spent the first 16 miles chatting. So that was nice. And I was in a group that kept a real nice, steady pace. So doing well. It's definitely hotter today. Feel that heat. I dunked my hat and my scarf thingy, bandana, whatever, at the last aid station in the ice bucket, which was a very good decision. And I've shuffled just a little bit the last, I don't know, half mile, just to, when it was easy, just to pick up a little of the speed. But I'm not rushing, you guys. It's not worth it. But it felt good to shuffle just a little bit, just for a little variety. In fact, I might shuffle some more. Just leaving 8-4. I say I have 2.2 miles left. And she said, everybody's saying it's all downhill, but I'm looking at a hill right now. So, that's not downhill. It's all right. It's cute how they keep telling us that. And then there's another hill. But doing okay. Definitely slower pace than yesterday. But not too much slower. Maybe just like a half an hour behind. Considering the state my feet are in, I'll take that. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. It really isn't a race, so it doesn't matter. But it will be nice to put my feet up.
Come on gotta go stand on the other side of that finish line.
Look at this! This is so exciting! Wow! Your girl finished. Alright kids, we did it. 27.27 miles, 49 feet elevation gain overall, 9 hours. We'll call it 48 minutes. Done. And dusty. Dusty, yes, all over. Well, here we are again together. I got this. So, day 2 in the bag. And I got this for tomorrow. Bib to wear tomorrow. Cold bib for the last day. And that's a good thing because this one's really gross now. My dogs are barking so bad. Beautiful day. Definitely hotter. I would guess about 10 degrees hotter overall. Still a little bit of a breeze though, which was helpful. Could have been more breezy. I will say that the trail was not as shaded for as long in the morning. And as opposed to yesterday's 6-mile out the gate hill, today was a 12-mile out the gate hill. It was lower grade going up, but it was still going up for 12 miles. And I just took it real slow. We were in single track for a bunch of it. And I just clumped up with people. And I met some really nice folks, and that was fun. I spent a lot of time with a group from Atlanta and Scott and Jennifer. I don't know if you'll see this, but hello. And Nancy. I think Nancy's from Texas. But yeah, I mean, it was great. I had lots of chats today and just took it real easy breezy for the first, 20 miles. And then I tried to kick it up a little bit to make up a little time, mostly because, not that I needed to finish earlier, but I just wanted to be off my feet sooner. Maybe that's counterintuitive, but I feel like I shuffled just a little bit more today. I still went significantly slower overall, but I did run it in at the end. I was just like, oh, I need to be done with this so bad. My feet are buzzing. And right on cue is the air conditioner. Well, that's okay, we'll take it. We need the air. Anyway, really fun. Tough course today. I mean, it's it was just, the slow uphill at the beginning was fine, doable, but then there was this monster hill from mile 18 to 20-ish. That nearly took me out. Not really, but it just was grueling. And then there was a lot of, in the front half, there was a lot of very rocky, steep downhill, and I cannot go fast down that because I will break my body into pieces. So I did feel like the terrain was rockier today, and that's why it felt harder on my feet. And it was just slightly more technical. It felt like it. Can't tell you with any sense of authority, but I feel like that was another reason I took it a little bit slower. But I'm still finishing before 4. We'll take it. And I'm ready for my shower. I have you saw my finish line Coke. I got another smoothie. Got the boots on the bed ready to go. I just need to get clean. Have a bit of a rest. Go down for dinner. And we'll do it all again tomorrow. But yeah. I don't know. One more day. And I'm not whatever. As long as it takes tomorrow is as long as it takes. I don't know. My feet are barking, man. And there's the same 2 toes that I always lose the nails on at these events. They are not happy toes. They are not happy toes, and I know I'm gonna lose those nails because I always do. But you just get through it. I signed myself up for this. I paid to be here. Quite a bit of money, so I'm having a great time, and it's been so fun to connect with people I know and new faces too, and we're all in the Heart Locker together, so yeah, I gotta get this dirt off. All right, I'll catch you later.
That climb wasn't as bad, right? It wasn't as bad as the other day. Remember what I said 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago? Higher, harder, hotter. It's true, we will go a little bit longer tomorrow. We'll go a little bit over 27 miles tomorrow. So, that's what I had today. The rumblings. As we all know, this diagram isn't as perfect as we sometimes feel.
Last Park City sunrise, at least for now. Yo, the moon is so bright. Wow.
Life is not always easy. You know, things are messy, things are hard. And what we're gonna go through today isn't gonna be easy. It's gonna be a little messy, and it's gonna be hard. But we talked about it on Wednesday, Chris talked about it yesterday, of going and leaning into those moments, of doing the hard things.
Alright, aid one. Hey, I'm working. Hey, you want to be in the vid? This is Tiffany. Hi guys. We hiked together a bit on day one.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Ready to get this done.
Happy to be done.
So great.
Happy to be done with the first tour. You too. Thank you, you too. And then on waffles here. We got all this stuff. I'm actually pretty good, so I don't have to eat anything right away. But man, that was a humdinger. Just past mile marker 8. Look at that view. Sorry for the smudgy lens. This is Tiny and I are coming to an aid station. Millennial music and cowbells. Look at that view. Just climbed one of the 3 peaks. I can't remember what they said. Oh, going downhill hurts so bad. That's all right. Keep going. Half marathon. It's a little different on my watch, but I keep saying that. You guys are gonna get sick of me saying that. Anyway, oh, the bikers, man. Whew, the bikers on that last section were not friendly and not very nice. And it's like, I understand, like, we're crowding their trail, but it's been well marked. There's an event today. I don't know. It's like, you don't have to be a douchebag about it, you know? Usually the mountain bikers I pass are pretty friendly, but not today. Forgive me, I do not know what aid station this is, but look, see this? When I was here for Sim, I hiked around here, and I was looking at this old mine, and they're like fixing the roof and stuff. Neato! The wildflowers and the aspens. Come on. Oh, you guys. Just past the 16-mile marker. 16.7 on my watch. Whew, slowing down, but hanging in. Okay. Second to last aid station, 22-ish miles in. Feet feel like falling off. Seems about right. But onward we go. Last aid station alert. Well, 25.5 per my watch. It's like 24.5 per the course. Sorry about the wind. Y'all, we're coming in a different way today. On the back. 29 miles. Just a few extra. It's alright. Still under the clock, so. It's a little bit rude though that we have to walk down the sidewalk right now. We're so close. We'll be there soon. Yay.
You did it! Break that tape! Jen Ross! Jen? Not by the skin of your teeth. You ready to break that tape one final time? Stand here and run straight through it. Or you can saunter, whatever you want to do. Saunter, go! Saunter, Jen, saunter! 80 miles! A 29 of 29 trail finish! Oh, the party's coming. Who's that? Grace Henderson. She's all dressed in a t-shirt.
Thank you so much. Day 1, day
3 coming.
day 3.
3 coming.
When 2 extra miles takes you an extra hour, you know you're in the hurt locker. All right, you guys, we're back. We're done. 29.1 miles, 10 hours, 46 minutes. It was probably a little bit less than that. I forgot to turn my watch off until I'd like banged the gong and branded the thing. And I like, so it's maybe like 10:40 something, but it's fine, whatever. 5,364 feet of elevation gain. What's a couple extra miles between friends? Today was like 2 miles longer than the other 2 days. And that felt a little rude, but it's okay. We knew going in it was going to be longer. I thought it would be more like, and here comes the air conditioner, right on cue. I thought it would be more like 28, but I was wrong. Here's the quick recap. I felt really good this morning, and it was like a really, like the first 2.5 mile hill was not fun, but we got up it, right? We did it. And then it turned into like through the woods trails. We were on Mid-Mountain Trail, if you're familiar with the area. And for parts of it, it just felt so easy to shuffle more. And I feel like I ran more today than I did the other 2 days combined. I didn't run a ton, but I shuffled enough to keep a really good pace through, like, I would say the third aid station, like around a mile 11. And that's when I just like wasn't able to, oh, this is my finisher scarf, by the way. They gave us one last year too. This one says Park City and the year on it. Apparently we'll get the medal, and I'm guessing there's a belt buckle like there was last year at dinner. But anyway, I just couldn't eat today. Like none of my, I've been packing my own food, and I'm like I'm still wearing the vest. None of my food sounded good. I didn't want any of it. And the only thing I was grabbing at the aid stations was pickle juice and orange slices. And that pickle juice and orange slices are not gonna get you through a 29-mile day. They're just not. So around mile 11, I just started to feel really like done. Like I just didn't have any gas, but I didn't have any like drive to eat anything. I was drinking really well, and I don't think I did well on the salt and the electrolytes. Like I think I did fine with that. But it wasn't until the next aid station or the one after that that I was finally like, okay, I need to eat a little something. And one of the coaches had suggested I take some ginger ale for some easy carbs, and then I was like, and potato chips, because that sounded good. Like ginger ale, potato chips, why not? And when I say potato chips, I was having like these many, like, because I just couldn't stomach anything. But I did that for the next, 3 aid stations, maybe 4, as I just have a little bit of ginger ale and a few chips. And that got me through the day. It sounds so silly now, but 3 days, like, I did so well with my fueling for the first 2 days. I really was on it with my own stuff and supplementing with the aid stations. But I just fell so short today. I think I was just like exhausted. But it worked out. It all worked out fine. Ginger ale and chips will get you through. And of course I have my celebratory Coke. Isn't this cute? This is not an ad for Coke, but it says help me on it. Anyway, that's all she wrote, folks. I had so much fun on the trail today. I got to reconnect a little bit with Tiffany, who I spent some time with yesterday. I spent a lot of time chatting with Molly. So thanks, Molly, for chatting with me. I don't know if she'll ever see this or not, but I just felt the need to give the shout outs. And one thing I just have to say, the volunteers are the backbone of this event. Like, this is a very well done event, and the leadership and the strategy team and whoever does all the I can't imagine how much goes into making this as wonderful as it is, and major kudos to them. And all the staff is so helpful. They're always around and friendly and excited for you. The volunteers have my heart. I'm like getting a little emotional. They were just so great. Here comes the tears. I knew they were coming at some point. You can't go 83 miles in 3 days and not get emotional. Anyway, if you ever want to see what it's like to be like the best kind of human, come meet the volunteers at these events, because they're seriously like angels. And I know I had the opportunity to volunteer in Whistler for a mountain event a couple years ago, and honestly, you guys, I thought it was more like emotionally rewarding than participating. So if you ever feel called, you don't have to be affiliated or have somebody participating, you can just come and volunteer. You do have to pay your own way, but it's just a beautiful experience. and I just, many kudos and much love to them. And with that being said, I need to get down to dinner, but I need to spend a long time in the shower because today was super dusty. In fact, I had to take my shoes off in the bathtub, and I already gave my feet a once over, and they still are like black, like from the dust and dirt. So I'm gonna go scrub up, and I'm hungry now. Thankfully, that's a really good sign. So I want to go down and eat and just relax and chat with people, and then the ceremonies at like 7, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, beautiful day. Hard. I got, just for like the full recap, because I don't really know how much I filmed, but I got a little cranky between 18 and 22. I was just like kind of in a negative headspace, and I noticed it, and I was like, come on girl, turn that frown upside down. And that's where I really slowed down my pace, and I just like, was like, you know what, the time doesn't matter. Who cares when you come in, as long as you come in before the cutoff. And I still had over an hour to spare for that. And just take your time. My feet were on fire. I was like, just take your time. It doesn't matter how fast you go in. And I never really think about that, but you get in your head in these things. It's like, oh, but I finished in 9 hours and 45 minutes yesterday. Well, yeah, but you were also less mileage in, so you were less tired. You had less blisters on your feet at that point. And you're just like accumulative like exhaustion, and also not being able to eat today. So give yourself a break. And for the last 7 miles, I just sauntered. Actually, Colleen said that at the finish line. She's like, you can saunter if you want, so it's in my head. I sauntered in for the last 7 miles. Because at 22 miles at a marathon, you're thinking, oh, I have 4 and change left. No, you have 7 on rolling hills. Okay, with some downhills, oh my gosh, nearly did me in. Anyway, I'm super proud of myself. Thank you for following me along on this journey. I'm not wrapping the video here because I'm gonna take you to the ceremony with me just a little bit. I'll show you my awkward plate of food, quick clip, and then I'll come back at you for closing remarks. But yeah, another one in the bag. She's this crazy girl, she did it, and now the question is she gonna do it again? Let's see where it is next year. I'm not gonna answer that question until I know where the location is. It would be really fun to volunteer at trail if I don't want to participate, so that's an option too. Depends on the calendar and the location. All right, friends, I'll catch you in a minute.
Got here on Wednesday, you checked in, you guys were all nervous. Nobody wanted to cheer, nobody wanted to do anything. And then we got day 1 done. Your vibes were interesting that morning, I will say. You were nervous, you didn't know what was gonna happen. You got day 1 done and it was hard. And then day 2, eesh. Anybody's feet still hurt from day 2? Yeah, Brock's like, yes, my ankle. And then day 3, all of a sudden, there was a different vibration at the start line. There was this confidence that had built over day 1 and day 2. And day 3, we were on the precipice of something.
83.3 miles. That's pretty, that's a few percent extra. We threw that in there for you as a bonus. And some extra elevation gain. So, trail is a different event. It's different in spending some time, obviously, doing many mountains. But trail is a different event. That 3rd day, where you're spending time in your head, more time in your head, and everybody goes through a little bit of a journey. A 3rd day really makes it a journey.
I'm not the boss of anything here. That show is Run, that you all did, by Carson Camo. We should just go ahead and just thank her for shooting a phenomenal show. This was a recording. I'm going to keep my remarks brief. For one reason, my woo told me that I needed to go to bed at 6:32 today. I didn't even do this. I ran some, but what you all did is absolutely incredible. And I'm not a show your hands kind of guy, but as you get older in life, I know from experience that you're not as proud of yourself as you are when you're a kid. Because when you're a kid, you're constantly trying new things. And you're putting yourselves in positions where you may fail. And you don't care about the consequences. And from that, you have a lot of wins. And you're proud of yourself. Because I know what it's like. And a lot of you don't understand why this company was created. And why we do things the way that we do. But it's because I didn't challenge myself enough in my 20s and 30s. And when I was inspired by my best friend doing an Ironman, Matt Burrell, who's part of our team, and Coach Brent coached me, I realized how much I was leaving on the table. And through that process of putting my head down and putting in the work, I became a better person. And I thought, a lot of other people need this, but there's not a space for them. Because I'm not trying to win the damn thing. I just wanted to finish.
I've been leaning on my chin, so that's why it's red. I don't know, you guys. Look, we got our Day 3 medal to match the other ones. You put them together and it makes the 29 and 29 logo. I'll try to insert a clip. And then I also got, little belt buckle. Now I have 2, one from last year, one from this year. And of course, the trail sign. I actually put my trail sign from last year up in blue. I brought push pins from home to stick it into the... I'll try to remember to insert a clip of that too, but forgive me if I forget. Anyway, and then we've got the scarf, and those are all the things. Y'all, it was they always do such a nice job with the closing ceremonies. They name everybody, no matter if you finished half or finished the whole thing, by name, and they give your medals out individually. I mean, it takes a little time to get through 300 people, but they do it, quickly, which is so nice. And they spend a lot of time recognizing the staff and the volunteers, and then they close out the whole thing. I don't know how their media team does this. They do this for the mountain events too, the 29,000 feet events. The media team, and I recognize them, it's the same folks every time, and they're incredible. Bang out a high quality production film of the whole event in time for the dinner at 7. The event stops at 6. So they have it all pieced together, this movie. Usually it's on YouTube. I will try to link it below for you, if I can find it. But it's incredible, and they do this at Mountain too, and they show the movie at the end of the ceremony, and it was so fun to watch and really emotional too, in a good way. So, didn't cry like I did last year when I was having a hard time on day 2, but it definitely had emotional moments, some really high highs, and really not many lows. And honestly, even though today took a while, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Now, it's only been a few hours since I finished, so I don't know. We'll see. But the feet already look a million times better than they did last year. We'll see what shakes out. I'm going to take a little time off. I'm excited to get on my bike at home. I've really been enjoying biking during taper, so outdoor biking. You all know I love my Peloton too, but I've been enjoying getting on the gravel path and doing some of that. So I don't know. Maybe my next strange event will be a gravel bike race. It won't. But yes. Anyway, that was so fun. Again, like I said, I know I'm going to get asked would I do it again. I'm going to wait for the announcement to see where it is, because it all depends on the location. But knowing me and how much I love these events, and especially this community, and being able to see familiar faces and meet new people, and just this is my social mountain. I've said this about the 29 or 29 mountain events too. This pushes me a lot socially in such beautiful ways. And while I still get those nervous butterflies on day 1, not nearly as anxious as even a year ago. Every time I come to one of these, I feel more confident, I feel more comfortable, and I know more people. And that's really a big part of this for me, is the community aspect and the social aspect, because y'all know I live in my little hidey hole as a hermit, as an extreme introvert or hermit, and no one knows why this is what I do for a living, but I can talk to a camera better than I can talk to people, as it turns out. Anyway, I am improving though with practice, with time, and communities like this where everybody's just so supportive. I feel so supported here. And I feel like I can be so supportive, and it's not weird to be like really chipper and cheery and like congratulatory to people I've only just met. I sometimes like, you know how you can feel weird, like, are you being too nice? There's no such thing as too nice at the 29 events. It's just a wonderful, wonderful community, and that's why I keep coming back again and again and again and again. And speaking of which, I will be doing a traditional mountain event. That's the 29,000 feet of elevation gain in a 36-hour window this October in Aspen, and I'm super-duper excited. I do have a Run Disney race before that. I will be at the Run Disney half marathon, Halloween half marathon weekend. I'm doing all 3 races, 5K, 10K, half, the first weekend of September. So, I'll be sharing that with you too, and I've got some other adventures planned between now and then. So stay tuned for more summer fun, and then we'll move into fall fun. There's a lot of Run Disney happening actually in the next 6 to 8 months. So if you like that, there's more of that. And in the meantime, I'm wishing you magical miles, happy trails, stay safe out there, be kind to yourself and others, and celebrate your accomplishments. Even if they don't seem big compared to others, they are big because they're yours. So celebrate those and celebrate other people too. All right, friends, take good care. Stay safe out there.